ELI5 Widest foot and armpit sweat is so odorant, but sweat from anywhere else is basically odorless. The bacteria microorganisms explains the feet, but there's another factor for the armpits. There are two different kinds of sweat glands, apocrine and eccrine. Eccrine sweat glands secrete a watery sweat intended to help cool you down and are found on most of your body. Apocrine sweat glands are primarily found in your armpits and groin, and they secrete a sweat that has more fatty substances in it. I believe this is to help act as lubricant for those joints. Think of chafing while running, but the more oily sweat is also more conducive to bacterial growth. You have two kinds of sweat. There's a watery sweat that comes from all over your body to make you cooler when the water evaporates. This typically barely smells. There's also a oily sweat. This comes from your pits in between your legs and acts as kind of a lubricant to help you move without chafing. This doesn't smell right away, but bacteria eats it and poops out a smelly byproduct. Also, polyester and synthetic clothes shoes tend to harbor smelly bacteria, so wearing wool and cotton or antimicrobial fabrics will reduce the smells. Your armpits and feet are perfect places for bacteria to chill hang out. They love the dark, warm and moist atmosphere. So when you sweat, the numerous bacteria living in those places more highly concentrated than other parts of your body breaks it down and it creates byproducts called thioalcohols. These thioalcohols smell bad. Think of your armpits feet as a city. More bacteria live there because of the favorable conditions, and in turn the larger population produces more waste pollution. Thioalcohols. Humans have two types of sweat glands, eccrine and apocrine. Eccrine glands secrete basically slightly salty water, and are dominant when it comes to cooling. Eccrine sweat glands are found basically all over the body. Apocrine glands secrete a more oily sweat that bacteria eat and produce an odor. Apocrine sweat glands are only found on a few places on the body, including armpits, the pubic region and, oddly, the eyelids. Armpit sweat due to apocrine glands and likely bacteria. Also, wet groin can smell funky. Foot sweat because socks shoes tend to hold the sweat moisture and the little microbial buggers move in. Text apocrine 20 glands 20 inches 20 to 20 skin, secretions 20 usually 20 half 20 and 20 odor. There are volatile pheromone-like compounds that are released in sweat at the armpit, also certain things you eat can come out in your smell. Usually light volatile compounds, essential oils and various alcohols, sulfur-containing compounds from garlic etc. But most smell is from bacteria. For feet maybe fungus as well if you don't keep them dry enough. Genetics also affects the fatty acids secreted in sweat that feed the bacteria. Many East Asians don't have body odor. A Chinese friend of mine does not use or need deodorant, and has been to Japan, where deodorant is apparently not even sold in most drug stores. Sweat doesn't cause odor. Bacteria on your skin causes odor. That's why bathing removes odors, it gets rid of the bacteria temporarily. Deodorant also kills bacteria, but as soon as it wears off, they come back. Armpits, crotches, feet are the best environments on the body for bacterial growth because they're usually hot and sweaty. Because foot and armpit sweat is in dark place. Combine moisture, heat, and darkness and you've just created a perfect environment to breed bacteria and fungi that give off a nasty odor. Other sweat typically flows down your body and is not in dark places. Apocrine sweat glands. They exist in larger abundance in groin armpits and secrete that sweat odor. More abundant on men, that's why women smell better. Also, Asian people tend to have less of them. Italians the most. Feet, armpits, and groin are all areas that trap moisture. Feet due mostly to shoes. Trapping the moisture from sweat makes a happier environment for the bacteria that produces the smell. FYI, soak your workout clothes in a tub of water and add a cup or two of distilled white vinegar for 30-60 minutes. Then wash your clothes like you usually would on cold water. The odor is caused by bacteria. Your armpits and feet are perfect crevices for these to thrive. Add gooch to the list.